You know, someone very profoundly once said many years ago that if fascism ever comes to America, it'll come in the name of liberalism.
Fox Chief National Correspondent Ed Henry joins us with more on that Russia intel story. Ed?
Well, Tucker, this is just breaking this hour. The New York Times reporting that a shadowy Russian tricked American spies, actually, out of $100,000 last year. They promised not just information on Donald Trump, but to deliver stolen National Security Agency cyber weapons in a deal that this shadowy Russian insisted would also include, yes, compromising material on the president. Sounds like a spy novel. The NSA has been devastated by losing these secret hacking tools. So they delivered the cash in a suitcase to a Berlin hotel room in September. Supposed to be the first installment of $1 million payout. Here's the kicker. The Russian claimed the information would link the president and his associates to Russia. But instead of providing the hacking tools, the Russian produced unverified and possibly fabricated information involving Mr. Trump and others. Bank records, emails, purported Russian intelligence data. Sounds a little bit like the Steele dossier. Several U.S. intel officials tell us tonight they made clear they did not want the Trump material from the Russian. They're insisting they never wanted this. He was suspected of having murky ties to Russian intel and to Eastern European cyber criminals. That's what they tell the New York Times. But it sounds like U.S. intel officials are kind of spinning after the fact because they were in negotiations. The NSA even used its official Twitter account nearly a dozen times to send out coded messages to this Russian. The Russians' eagerness to sell the Trump dirt raised suspicion among American spies because it was part of an operation to feed the information out into the United States intelligence community and pit U.S. intel officials against Mr. Trump. It was confusing because at one point this Russian dropped his asking price from about $10 million to just over $1 million. That raised alarm bells. Then he showed a 15-second clip of a video showing a man in a room talking to two women. He claimed it was Mr. Trump, but there was really no way to confirm that it was Mr. Trump with two women. It was a grainy video. It had no audio. And we're told that these officials were shown the video in the Russian embassy in Berlin. So this does sound like a spy novel. And as you were just saying, the president some time ago was suggesting that some U.S. intel officials were out to get him. People said this is crazy. That wouldn't happen. But now the Times is reporting tonight a remarkable story suggesting that they were willing to pay $1 million to potentially get dirt on the president. U.S. intelligence officials. They gave $100,000, the first installment, and the shadowy Russian took the money, went away without any dirt on the president. Tucker?
Pretty unbelievable.